Good morning, children. How are you? Hope you are doing well. So today I am here to discuss a new topic. Now we have the topic in our lab this time in this particular sem is communication skills and life skills. In our lab we discuss about communication skills and life skills, and today I have decided to tell you or teach you a topic under life skills. Okay. So now, are you prepared? Are you ready? Okay. Okay, be attentive. Let's begin. Okay. Now first let me tell you what a skill is. Before actually teaching you what are meant by life skills, first I would like to give you a brief idea about what is meant by a skill. This is the most familiar word to you, isn't it? Everybody you know what a skill is, but still let me define it in detail. So it is a learned ability. Skill is a learned ability or capacity which helps us to do a task in an effective manner. Everybody does a task, but to do a particular task in an effective manner, doing a particular task in an effective manner, that we say it as a skill. Okay. Now it can be said as an ability which needs regular practice and more often usage. Unless and until you practice something doing seriously and effectively, it cannot be called as a skill. Okay, with ease you can do. If you practice doing something regularly, and then that becomes your ability, and that ability can be called as your particular skill. So they need to be these skills need to be acquired with a lot of patience. And apart from patience, you should also have a positive attitude. Then only you will be willing to do that particular task, isn't it? So a skilled person, what's the difference between a skilled person and ordinary person? We can say that a skilled person, he uses less time and he uses less energy of him, and he also uses minimum resources, but he does that job. So he uses less time, less energy and minimum resources to do a job, and at the same time using them to the minimum, but still he produces quality results because he is a skilled person. So there are different kinds of skills. So like we have literary skills, okay, something related to language, or we have functional skills, we have vocational skills, and some will be skilled in sports, and some will be very skilled in cultural activities or recreation, and life skills also. Okay. So apart from all those, now today I have chosen a topic under life skills because it's part of our curriculum. So now coming to life skills. Life skills are needed to every human being. Okay, so moving to the next slide. Look here. Importance of life skills for a balanced, complete human being. So now, what is the importance of life skills? Look at the slide. So L, you will learn something, and you will be able to create your identity, and you will develop self-awareness, and it will in turn make you fit and healthy. And emotionally also you will be there will be a development in your emotional intelligence. Okay. Then solving problems, you will also develop problem solving capacity once if you are good in your life skills. Then kindness, automatically it is an ethics, is one of the ethical quality which you need to imbibe, and you will also develop intimacy, and finally you will be able to live in a balanced life. You will be able to lead a balanced life if you acquire life skills. And also you will let go all some adversities or any problems you face, and you hold on to some things, and also simultaneously you will be learning some social skills also. So life skills, acquiring life skills will help you a lot. That's why life skills are very important for a balanced life, and as well as so that you can become a complete human being. So that's the importance of life skills. And also they are needed to every human being. Every human being needs life skills because so that they can realize their full potential, so that they can handle their problems, and also they can face or encounter any questions commonly encountered in their day-to-day life, etc. So finally we can say that if you learn life skills, then they will help you or any individual to become a well adjusted and well developed individual. That's very important these days, isn't it? So it will also, in turn, just now I told you, it will improve the relationships. It will become you socially good, and it will improve the relationships better, and you can handle any sort of interpersonal problems also if you are good at life skills. And apart from that, and you can also improve your communication skills. And also I can say that you can develop dynamic self image, and also you can develop a great self esteem. You know what's meant by self esteem? What you think about yourself. If you think you are good, then that becomes a positive self esteem. If you think that you don't know something, you are fit for nothing, like that, if you have a low esteem of yourself, then we say it as a negative self esteem. So you can develop your dynamic self image, and also you can develop your self esteem. And particularly young students like you need to think about life skills first, so that they will reflect on you, and you can carry them into their and into your personal and into your social lives. So finally I can say that there is a need to learn life skills, and there is a need to imbibe life skills for a well balanced life. Follow. So now today I shall teach you about a topic which comes under life skills in your curriculum, and most importantly, first I would like to begin with attitude. The topic today is attitude, in the sense my intention is about positive attitude. Come on. So this is our topic, attitude. So what is actually meant by an attitude is the most familiar word, okay, and so most important thing to learn, to know about it. So you need to learn much about attitude, okay. So now first we shall discuss about the objectives of this lesson. At the end of the unit, so as usually I say the objectives, at the end of the unit you will be able to learn to look at people from the right perspective. Perspective is what you think about, your opinion, your feelings become your perspective. How you look at others, that becomes your perspective, isn't it? So at the end of this unit you will be able to learn to look at people from the right perspective, and you'll be able to learn to react to people and situations, whatever the situation may be, in a positive way. And also enhance in the sense increase. So you will also develop or increase or enhance positive thinking, and finally you will acquire positive attitude skills by the end of this lesson. Hope so, I assure you it will happen. Okay, now moving to the next slide, what is attitude? What is attitude? So before discussing about the definition of attitude, let me tell you, so you have to begin each day with the intention of making the best and most of it. So it may not always go as planned. A day doesn't go as we plan it, but it can go more smoothly if you put it as your perspective, okay, in your perspective. So part of living a well balanced life is learning how to deal with adversity. When you can lead a balanced life? When do you think you can lead a well balanced life? You can lead a well balanced life only if you learn how to deal with adversity. Adversity is something antonym of prosperity, okay, something bad. And when you learn to deal with some unforeseen events, and when you learn to deal with some uncertainty, then only you can lead a well balanced life. But you have to learn to deal with all those. So first thing, before going to the definition of the attitude, let me tell you that you have to be prepared for your future, and you shouldn't worry about it. You have to stop worrying about your future, because while we can't anticipate and plan for everything in our lives, can we predict our future? No, it's not possible for us. So while we can't anticipate and plan for everything in our lives, we can only decide how, where and when to concentrate our energies. That we can decide. But we can't anticipate and plan for everything. We can only just decide how, where and when to concentrate our energies, what all we have. Okay. So before telling about attitude, let me quote a famous quote. So you live as if you were to die tomorrow. Live as if you were to die tomorrow, and learn as if you were to live forever. Isn't it? It's a famous quote by Mahatma Gandhi. Again I am repeating. Live as if you were to die tomorrow only, okay. Learn as if you were to live forever. It's a famous quote by Gandhi. And also another quote, let me share with you another quote, popular quote by Abraham Lincoln. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other thing. always bear in mind that your own resolution, what you decide to do, your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other thing. Because I quoted this quote so that you will be prepared, mentally prepared to listen to what all the important points we are going to cover in this topic. Just to motivate you, I wanted to share you those popular quotes by famous personalities. Okay. So now coming again back to our topic, attitude. So attitude, is the most important word in the English language. And because it applies to every sphere of life. So whether it is your personal life or whether it is your professional life, whatever it is, but it applies to every sphere of life. So now imagine, can an executive, you have seen many persons, many employers, okay. So can an executive, many employees you have seen. So can an executive be a good executive without a good attitude? Can he be? No, he can't be. And can a student be a good student without a good attitude? No. Can your parents be good parents without a good attitude? Can your teacher, myself, or any other faculty, can they be good without a good attitude? Or anyone can be good in their roles without having a good attitude? Can you expect them to be good without having a good attitude? No, no chance of being good without a good attitude. So that's why attitude is the most important thing in everyone's life. Now coming to the definition of, look at the slide, coming to the definition of attitude. So what is attitude? Attitude is a psychological construct. It's a psychological, something you yourself frame in your mind. It's a psychological construct, a mental and emotional entity that characterizes a person. You will be characterized by your attitude only. So it is something, a psychological construct, a mental and an emotional entity that characterizes a person. Okay. Now hope you understood. Now moving to the next slide. Here is a quote. Attitude appears to be, it is a little thing that makes a big difference. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Actually, what is it? It's a cat. But there, is it like a cat? No. This is a domestic animal. That is a wild animal. There is appearing to be like a tiger. Isn't it? Tiger or lion? Okay. So here, if you think like that, every problem appears to be very big, and it's all your attitude. It's your attitude that it is a little thing only, but that makes a big difference, isn't it? Followed? Okay. Now, moving to the next slide. Okay. The three components of attitude. We have three components in attitude. So first is the affective, ABCs. The ABC of attitude are the three components. So affective in the sense how we feel regarding an attitude. How you feel, how we feel, that we say it as an affective component. And behavioral, how we act on an attitude. And cognitive, how we think or reason through an attitude. The situation will be same for everyone, but how you feel and how we act on that, with what attitude you act on it, and how you think or reason, because you have a different attitude. So these all are the components which will help you to build an attitude which is either positive or negative. These components decide your attitude. Follow? Okay. Now moving to the next slide. Coming to the importance of attitude. Importance of attitude. Okay. So attitude is important. Why it's important? Because it shapes and molds one's personality. Attitude is important as it shapes and molds one's personality. Okay. Obviously, isn't it? And as you think, so you become. As you think, your thinking alone will help you to become whatever you want to be or become. So as you think, so you become. Okay, followed. Now, so let me tell you. So if you have a good attitude, definitely you can succeed in your life, isn't it? Because the foundation of success, regardless of your chosen field, it is only attitude. Only attitude can become a foundation for your success. Field may be anything, regardless of your chosen field, whatever the field is. But if you want to be successful in your life, the foundation of success, regardless of your chosen field, can be only your attitude. So with a good attitude, if you have a good attitude, you can take a right decision, isn't it? With a good attitude, one can take a right decision. And also, when an opportunity knocks your door, you can make the best use of it. Opportunity knocks the door only once, we say, isn't it? So, if you have got a good attitude, then certainly you will take a right decision and you will make the best use of the opportunity which knocked at your door. Because again, the next time, one may be, you may get another opportunity, but that may be better or that may be worse than the first opportunity you got. Or sometimes, because it will never be the same one. The opportunity, if you don't use it for the first time, next time you may get an opportunity, but the opportunity you get next time, it may be better, or else sometimes it may be worse, or sometimes you may never get that one more opportunity, isn't it? So it will be better always if you have a positive attitude. You can, if you you can take a right decision of making the best use of the opportunity you got for the first time only. Okay. So because what happens, sometimes a right decision at the wrong time, it becomes a wrong decision. So right decision should be always taken at the right time. If at all, if a decision, though it may be right, but if it is taken at the wrong time, what happens? It certainly becomes a wrong decision. Though it was right, but because you have taken it at a wrong time, it will become a wrong decision. Understood my words? Okay. Now, ability teaches us how we do. One more quote. Okay. Ability teaches us how we do, and motivation determines why we do, and our attitude decides how well we do. Followed? You please try to understand, listen carefully so that you can understand the depth of the quote I said now. Your ability teaches us how we do, and motivation determines why we do that particular task, and our attitude is one which decides how well we do. You will do, everybody will do, but what's there? If you do it well, then that will help you, isn't it? So attitude decides how well we do, isn't it? Okay. Now moving to the next slide and coming to the types of attitudes. We have two types of attitudes: positive attitude, negative attitude. Look here, look at the image. They are having positive attitude, that's why they seem to be an ideal couple. And here they frequently fight, I think, because of misunderstandings. So because they have negative attitude, isn't it, towards each other and towards any situation. So they are unable to manage situations or manage emotions or handle any situation properly. That's why because they are having a negative attitude. Okay. Their ego is dominating. Okay. So now we have the attitudes can be classified into two types: positive attitude and negative attitude. So positive attitude, we generally say it as optimism, and the thinking we say it as optimistic thinking, and the persons we say them as optimists. Okay. And if you have negative thinking, we call it as pessimistic thinking, and the attitude is pessimistic attitude, and the persons we say them as pessimists. Followed? Okay. So now there are two types of attitudes. Basically, we can either imbibe the positive attitude or a negative attitude, but always we have to be positive. And there is another type of attitude also, we find it generally, that is neutral. They don't take they are neither positive nor negative. They remain always passive and neutral. Okay. So attitude, coming to this next slide, moving to the next slide. Attitude is the mind's paintbrush. It can color any situation. It is a mind's paintbrush. You can yourself paint, isn't it? So it can color any situation. In the sense, you can make it every situation positive. Okay. Now coming to this slide. Whether a glass is half full or half empty depends on the attitude of the person looking at it. It is the same glass. If you pour half water into the glass, and positive attitude people, they say that, looking at the same glass, they say that half of the glass is filled with water. They say half of the glass is filled, they say. And looking at the same glass, and the people who have negative attitude, they say that half of the glass appears to be empty. So positive people look at the positive side of that particular situation or thing, and negative, they always look at the negative side of anything or any situation. Okay, this is the attitude, just an example to you. Now moving to the Next slide. Before moving to the next slide, let me tell you. So now only few emerge to be winners, isn't it? Because if you have a positive attitude, what is the advantage of that? Because you can emerge as winners, you can become winners. Because the winner has a solution for every problem. The winner, he can find a solution. He has a solution for every problem. But the loser, he has a problem for every solution. He always, his focus will be on the problems for a solution. So I repeat, the winner has a solution for every problem, while the loser has a problem for every solution. So he should always emerge as winners. Because winners don't do different things, but they do things differently, isn't it? They do the same thing, but they do things differently. Okay. Now coming to some factors, psychological factors. Some psychological factors which decide your attitude, which determine your attitude. So now the attitude of a person is determined by some psychological factors like your ideas, your values, your beliefs, your perception, the way you receive or the way you look at a situation, okay, etc. And all these have a complex role in determining a person's attitude. Imagine if you develop an attitude, because you have developed that particular attitude because some factors determine your attitude, and those are all are mostly psychological factors. And those psychological factors are, what are those psychological factors? Just now look at this slide. Your ideas, your values, your beliefs, and your perception. So these all play a complex role. These have a complex role in determining your attitude, any person's attitude. Followed? Okay. And apart from these psychological factors, there are also some other factors which determine one's attitude. And simply I can say that they are the triple E's. Triple E's in the sense they all begin with the alphabet E. Environment, experience, education. The environment around you, it will become a factor and it will decide or determine your attitude. And your experiences also will determine your attitude. And your education also will determine your attitude. So these are the factors, triple E's: environment, experience, and education. Apart from the psychological factors, these triple E's factors also, they determine or decide your attitude. They have an influence over your attitude. Followed? So what we have to do? One should always try to be an optimist, and one should always try to get out of the influence. If it is a positive influence, okay, well and good. But if it is something negative influence which influences you, then you have to get rid of that factor. Okay. So I can say you should be so strong. You should be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. You have to be very strong enough that you be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. Followed? Okay. So how can you be very strong? You have to always look at the sunny side of everything. So think only of the best. Okay. Work only for the best and expect only for the best. Don't brood about or don't think anything negative about anything, any task assigned to you, or any goal you have aimed at, or any dream you have, or any work, anything you are supposed to do. So about that particular work or situation, if you think only of the best and if you work only for the best, and you can obviously expect only the best. Okay. And you have to be very so strong, I told you, that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. Followed? Okay. And one more thing. So because to err is human, to forgive divine, and everybody we do some mistakes. So forget the mistakes of the past. Don't brood over the mistakes of the past. Past is past. Okay. It cannot be, you cannot get it back. Okay. So forget the mistakes of the past and you press on or you move on to the greater achievements of the future. Okay. And give everyone a smile. And you spend so much time improving yourself that you have no time left to criticize others. When you spend so much time improving yourself, then you will never find time, and you will never find any time left to criticize any others. Isn't it? So wear a smile. Spend so much time improving yourself only, so that you will not have any time left to criticize others. And don't think about the mistakes you have already committed. So forget about the mistakes of the past and you press on to the greater achievements of the future. And be too big for worry. Okay, don't worry. Be too big for worry and too noble for anger. Okay. So if at all, if you do all these, certainly you will develop a positive attitude. Okay, moving to the next slide. What is there in the slide? Attitude is altitude. You know, attitude we have discussed. Altitude is nothing but height. So in your life, which height you reach, in height in the sense, so where you will progress and settle in your career, how you build, how you can build a bright future, okay, where you will settle at the end, isn't it? Your altitude in your life, the height where you reach in your life, it's a progress in your personality and in your career. Okay, that altitude is decided only by the attitude you develop. So your attitude will become your altitude in your life. This is a very important popular quote. So your altitude can only be decided by your attitude. So there is a just an alphabet difference. T is replaced by L, second T is replaced by L, but here the meaning changed, isn't it? Attitude becomes your altitude. Okay. Now moving to the next slide. Feeling good, being positive attracts more of the same. So you can attract others also. You can attract others in the sense others also who have the positive attitude. You can attract them, and more persons will be attracted to you only if you feel good about yourself and always if you be positive. So feeling good, being positive attracts more of the same. Okay? Next, feeling bad, being negative. Just the opposite of the previous slide. Feeling bad, being negative attracts more of the same. If you always feel bad of yourself and if you be always negative, then your company will also be likely the people of the same category who belong to the same category, and there will be nothing left in your life. Okay, you can always become the losers. You will remain as losers only forever and ever. So feeling bad, being negative attracts more of the same category. What you resist persists. So you have to be great enough to handle, courageous enough to handle any risks. Any risks. If you are able to resist, that will persist forever and ever. Okay. Next, moving to the next slide. So focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Why do you worry about what you don't want? Just your focus should be only on what you want, not on what you don't want. Okay. Now moving to the next slide. So feeling good about you, nothing wrong in feeling about you. It's not a luxury. It's an absolute necessity. Feeling good about you is not a luxury, but it's an absolute necessity. So you have to always feel good about you, have a positive self-esteem. Okay. And don't give energy to negative things. Why should you waste energy on something unimportant or something negative? Something we should be avoided. Okay, so don't give energy to negative things. Followed. Now coming to how much do you see of an iceberg? Look at the iceberg here in the slide. How much do you see of an iceberg? You are able to see only little of the iceberg, isn't it? Little of an iceberg. Now moving to the next slide. Here iceberg, I've explained about it. Only 10% of any iceberg is visible. Only 10%. And the remaining 90% is below sea level only. Okay. How much is visible? Only 10%. And the remaining 90% is below sea level. Something invisible. Okay. So your attitude also I can compare it to an iceberg. Attitude is something internal quality. Okay. And your behavior, the way you behave, that is visible to everyone. So your behavior is external. Similar, the 10% 10% of iceberg is visible. Similarly, your behavior can be, because it is external thing, it is visible only 10%. Because your attitude something is internal, it contributes to 90% of your visibility. Okay. So behavior and attitude, values, your beliefs, your attitude, your values, your beliefs decide your behavior, isn't it? Okay. Moving to the next, the phenomena. Let me explain the phenomena of the iceberg. So an iceberg phenomena is also applicable on human beings also. You can apply it. How we can apply it? Here, the iceberg, your behavior is known to others. Just as 10% of the iceberg is visible, your behavior, which is known to others, is only 10% which is visible. But what contribute to your behavior internally? 90% of your values which are unknown to others, your standards, your judgments, your attitude, your motives, your ethics, your beliefs. Okay, there is a mistake here. T. Okay, wrongly spelled. Okay, your beliefs, your motives, your ethics, your beliefs, your values, your standards, your judgments, your attitude. Finally, 90% of them, which are unknown to others, contribute to your known behavior, which is only 10% visible. So we can compare a human being to the iceberg. Okay, now here again, iceberg known to others is 10% above sea level, and unknown to others is something below sea level. Your attitude, the impact of your attitude will have a greater impact on your behavior, and that is only visible to everyone. So 90% something visible internally, what your attitude, that you have to be very cautious of, and always develop a good attitude. Okay, moving to the next slide. It's a small picture. It's a most familiar picture. It might be viral in the WhatsApp also. You have gone through this, I think, earlier. Now look at this person sitting, who wants to be offered something. He's a beggar. Okay, sitting there. He has got hands, legs, and everything. He's fit, completely fit. But still, his attitude. Look, his attitude. He's not willing to work, do any sort of hard work. Simply begging on the road. Okay. But this person, like Nick, some person, okay, so he has got a positive attitude. Without having limbs also, he's prepared to do some hard work. And look at the attitude of that person. It's a small picture, but a big message, isn't it? So our attitude should be like that. Moving to the next slide. Everything happens for a reason. This is a statement which I like the most, because you have to think. In Gita also, the essence of Gita is also same thing. Whatever happened is for our good only. Whatever is happening is for good only. Whatever going to happen is also for our good only. If you have that simple principle, then you need not worry about anything, neither about your past, nor about your present, or about your future. So the same quote, the essence of Gita only here. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens. This is about Thomas Alva Edison, who invented bulb, isn't it? You know, he tried 1,001 times, many ways, 10,000 ways also. Okay, so he went on changing the filament, the thickness of the filament, and finally he could succeed one day, isn't it? He didn't give up. With a strong determination, he continuously tried, and finally he could be successful. So his quote, he's saying, what he's saying, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work, isn't it? He tried 10,000 times. Finally, he could succeed. So he is not disappointed. He didn't get tired. Okay. He went on continuing. He has put all his efforts. So I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work, and he's feeling proud to say that, isn't it? Thomas Alva Edison. Okay. So you have to think that with a positive mindset, you have to think that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, whatever it may be, but everything happens for a reason. Okay. Moving to the next slide. Attitude. It is a choice. If you choose the first choice, then you can never go through that or read those all books. But if you wear a smile, and if you are mentally prepared, oh, I can complete within no time. Why not? I am sure. I am that energetic. If you feel like that, if you inculcate a positive attitude, definitely. And it's all your choice how you develop. Whether you take up a task, whether it is reading or any work assigned to you, if you make a better choice, then certainly if you are making a better choice, in the sense, if you are developing a positive attitude, that if you think that I can, then any work you can complete within no time. Okay, so it's all your attitude. It's based on your choice. Now coming to here, writings on attitude. So one thing I would like to say before discussing this. So never leave for tomorrow, which can be done today, which you can do today. Never leave for tomorrow, which you can do today. It's a famous popular quote by Benjamin Franklin. Okay, you shouldn't never leave anything for tomorrow, because that you can do today. Then why you should procrastinate? Why you should leave it for tomorrow? You have to never leave for tomorrow, which you can do something today. Now coming to writings on attitude. Now he is a familiar, famous personality. Do you see? Can you see him now? Okay, is it clear? So he's written a book, Attitude is Everything, the story of an extraordinary life. It includes the best-selling Life Without Limits, Unstoppable and Limitless. Nick Thomas. Nicholas James. Nicholas James is very famous personality. Now you can see his personality, his physical personality also, isn't it? If you some of you don't know about him, let me share about him. So look at him, Nicholas James. He is born with he's a great Australian motivational speaker, but a very unfortunate thing. But he made it. He thought it positively. He took it as granted because he is born with tetraamelia syndrome. Tetraamelia syndrome, and it is characterized by he was born characterized with and he's born by the absence of without any arms and arms. Okay, without any limbs, without any arms and legs also, but that was a syndrome, tetraamelia syndrome. And but still he became an Australian great personality motivational speaker. Okay, so now also he became world renowned motivational speaker, and even New York Times best selling author also, and a coach as well. And he became a famous entrepreneur even, and also he excelled in swimming because his passion was to inspire and equip the world to know that we all can rise above any adversity and overcome every disability of the, either it may be disability of heart and mind. He was such a personality who had a passion. He wanted to inspire everyone, and he wanted to make everyone or motivate everyone that everyone can rise above adversity, whatever, whether he is a physically challenged person or whether he is disabled at his heart or mind, but he wanted to inspire everyone. It was his passion, and he became a world renowned motivational speaker. So that person, his name is Nicholas James. Okay, Wuji. Okay, so he his famous writing is Attitude. Attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. Okay, so when we are multiply able, then why can't we? Why can't we? Okay. And also let me tell you, if you want to build a positive attitude, you have to learn one phrase. Just now I told you, never leave for tomorrow, which you can do today. So you have to learn a phrase. It's a simple phrase. What's the phrase? Do it now. Do it now, so that you can stop the habit of procrastination. If you simply learn a small phrase, so do it now, then certainly you will stop the habit of procrastinating things. Okay. Now moving to the next slide. It's about differences between positive attitude and negative attitude. Okay. Now let me tell about the individuals who have positive attitude, and also share with you the people, because you can assess yourself whether you are a person having positive attitude or negative attitude. So coming to the individuals having positive attitude, individuals who have a positive attitude, they will pay attention to the good rather than bad in people, situations, events, etc. Whenever an individual finds any people or any situation, faces any situation, or come across any events, etc., then if at all, if he'll pay attention to the good rather than the bad in those situations or persons, then certainly he will become an individual. We can say him as an individual with positive attitude. And coming to the people having negative attitude, they ignore people with a negative attitude. They ignore the good, and just their focus will be, or they just pay attention to the bad in the people. In spite of focusing on the good, they will simply pay attention to the bad in people, and bad in situations, and bad in events, etc. Okay, followed. So such will be the attitude of the negative people. And positive attitudes, they are always rewarded. It means that the individual is encouraged to die the same thing in the future. Is encouraged to do the same thing in the future. Okay. Positive attitudes are always rewarded. Some mistake. Okay, repeated. Okay, he always once, because he is rewarded, he will go on doing the same thing. He will always do good deeds, and always he will gain many rewards in his future. And negative attitudes, they are always punished to discourage the same action in the future. Nobody will encourage people who have negative attitudes and who do all some wrong deeds. Okay, now some more differences. Positive attitude, it's an optimistical approach. I told you, Positive thinking, we say it as optimistic thinking. It is an optimistic approach for a person to achieve good results. Certainly the results will be good if you have an optimistic approach. And it's a pessimistic mindset of a person who is not capable of handling critical issues. If he has got pessimistic approach, then certainly he cannot handle any critical issues. And a positive attitude, it can achieve long-term goals easily. Within no time he can achieve, and he can achieve some initial goals only, but not at all long-term goals. He'll fail to achieve his long-term goals because his attitude is pessimistic. And it is a process of solving the problems. It's a process of looking for problems. He will always be keen on the problems only, but here he will be in the process of solving the problems. Okay, because I told you, winners always have solutions for every problem. Winners in sense are persons with positive attitude, and losers always they have a problem. A loser always has a problem for every solution. Okay, and these persons, positive persons, they always see opportunities, and these persons they see only limitations because they are not they don't have any intention to do any or make best use of any opportunity. Okay, moving to our next slide. Nothing is good or bad. Nothing is good or bad, but your thinking only makes it so, isn't it? Actually, nothing is good or bad, but your thinking makes it so. And every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day, isn't it? That's a very nice quote. Always, you cannot predict that every day should be always good, isn't it? You cannot expect like that. Every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day. And if you cannot do great things, do small things, but in a great way. When you believe in yourself, certainly there's no need for you to do great things. But if you cannot do great things, do only small things, but do it in a great way. But the only thing you are supposed to do is, you need to do is believe in yourself. Don't lose hope. Okay. Don't be in despair. Okay. Believe in yourself. Okay. Now, so, let me tell you one more thing. So, you start by doing what is necessary. Then finally, you will be doing what is possible. And suddenly, one day, you are doing, without your conscious, you are doing the impossible. Okay, so let me tell you, start by doing what is necessary, then what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. You will be able to do the impossible. So we all have the need to take. We all have the need to take something from somebody. But the sign of a healthy personality, it is one that also has a need to give. Sometimes you also have to give somebody something. Always everyone has a need to take something from someone, but sometimes you should become such personality that you should have a need to give. You should give something to somebody. Okay, so you may not understand what I told you right now, but if I tell you a small story, then you will understand. Okay, it's not actually a story, but just listen. Okay, a man, and I want to share with you the sign of a healthy personality, the thinking, the mindset of different people. So a man was washing his new car when his neighbor asked him, "When did you get the car?" Then he replied, "My brother gave it to me." Then the neighbor said, "Oh, I wish I had a car like that." Then the man replied, "You should wish to have a brother like that, because his brother gave him. So you also should wish to have a brother like that." His intention, she shared. And the neighbor's wife, she was listening to the total conversation. And so she interrupted and she said, "I wish I was a brother like that." She wanted to be born like a brother who could offer something to somebody. In that position she want to be. Okay, so she said, "I wish I was a brother like that." What a positive way to think, isn't it? Did you understand, or shall I tell the story again? I hope you need not, but some didn't follow. Let me tell you in a quick way. I'll again tell. A man was washing his new car when his neighbor asked him, "When did you get that car?" Then he replied, "My brother gave it to me." Then the neighbor said, "I wish I had a car like that." Then the man replied, "You should wish to have a brother like that." Then the neighbor's wife was listening to the conversation and she interrupted and said, "I wish I was a brother like that." So it is a great positive way to think, isn't it? So you have always sometime you should one fine day develop into such healthy personality that you should also be ready to give something to the one needed. But always you shouldn't be receivers, but you should be always donors or givers. Okay, hope you understood now. And okay, this is over. Now moving to the next slide. So in my life, you have to say, you have to think this way. In my life, I have lived, I have loved, I have lost, I have missed many, I have hurt, I have trusted, I have made mistakes. I have made mistakes, but most of all the time I have learned something, isn't it? There is a depth in this quote. Again, I am repeating. In my life, I have lived. I lived a lot. I have loved. I have lost. I have missed many. I have hurted many. I have trusted many. I have made many mistakes. But in all this process, in the process of living, loving, losing something, missing something, getting hurted or hurting someone or trusting someone or making mistakes, in all this process, but most of all the time I have learned something. I have learned something, isn't it? Did you like this? Okay, this is some quote which I like the most. Okay, now let me, because at the end of the class, so let me share with you. I'm not doing revision of what we have learned, but let me close this lesson, because we have to discuss some 8 steps, some 8 action steps, so that you can develop. My intention, my objective of teaching this life skill attitude is so that you can develop or inculcate a positive attitude and develop into optimist. All of you, I want you to develop an optimist so that you can emerge successful in your life. Okay, so now let me tell you the 8 actions which are 8 steps needed. So you have to look for the positive. It may be a person, it may be a situation, or it may be an event or anything you face, but you have to look for the positive side of it. Okay, next, the second step is you have to make a habit of doing it now. I told you, do it now. It's a phrase you are supposed to learn so that you will avoid procrastinating something and your task will be completed within no time. Thereby you will be gaining confidence and you will always have a positive mindset and you will be getting rewarded, isn't it? So make a habit of doing it now. And one more thing, third step is develop an attitude of gratitude. When somebody helps you, there's a need for you to express or convey your gratitude, heartfelt gratitude, isn't it? Because the other person who helped you, he will be feeling happy and again he will be always ready to help for you. It's a very good habit. It's one of the ethics life skills you have to imbibe. Develop an attitude of gratitude. Okay. Then fourth step is create a continuous education program for yourself. You should be engaged ever learner. Always. Then always you will be busy with your work and there will be no scope for you to look at others or criticize others, and you will be indulged in doing something good. And if you become an ever learner, update yourself and it will help you to develop always a positive mindset and positive attitude. So create a continuous education program for yourself. And the most important thing, next step is build positive self-esteem. Self-esteem plays a major role in everyone's life. Always have a positive self-esteem. Build a positive self-esteem. And the next step is, sixth step is stay away from negative influences. You should stay away because you may get influenced. So it is better to stay away from negative influences. The environment around you should be good. Okay, everything should be good wherever you move. So you should stay away from negative influences. And seventh one, learn to like the things that need or ought to be done. Whatever you feel is necessary, you have to prioritize your work. And learn to like the things that need or ought to be done. Do it immediately. Isn't it? You have to prioritize your work. Then only you can manage your time also. Then start your day with something positive. Do something positive and start your day. That will give you, boost you up, and you can be good throughout the day. Okay, so you have to start your day with something positive. I'll repeat the points, 8 steps, because these are very important to be learned. Okay, so first is look for the positive, make a habit of doing it now, and develop an attitude of gratitude, and create a continuous education program for yourself so that you will be engaged, and build positive self esteem, and stay away from negative influences, and learn to like the things that need or ought to be done, and start your day with something positive. You should always start your day with something positive. Okay, followed. So then certainly there will be a more scope for you to develop a positive attitude, because it's very important. If you fail to develop a positive attitude, you will be you will be going on saying the saddest words in your life. What will be the saddest words? It might have been, I could have done that but I didn't do. If only I had given a little extra time, I could have done that. I should have done that. I wish I had, like that. So there will be no scope for you to utter such words, if at all, if you develop any positive attitude. So one thing is, learn a phrase, do it now. Then no one can stop you, isn't it? Because a completed task is fulfilling always and energizing. An incomplete task always, it drains your energy. You'll be worrying about that. So a completed task is fulfilling and energizing, while an incomplete task always drains your energy. And you have to always live in the present and be an optimist. And if you are a positive thinker, okay, it's not that you should agree or accept everything, but always you should be a very positive thinker. Always you should be a person solution focused. Okay. So if you are that way, then certainly you have to focus on everything good, and certainly you will become a positive personality, isn't it? Because you hear many self-made success stories, isn't it? But have you ever heard a self-made failure story? Probably not, isn't it? Because failures with negative attitudes blame the whole world for their failures, because they will be blaming their parents, their teachers. I failed because they'll be complaining. That I failed because they'll be complaining about their parents, their teachers, their spouse or bosses, their fate, their luck, their economy, and the government also sometimes. So they'll never accept responsibility. That's why we hear many self-made success stories, but we have, isn't it? Okay, so focus on, go through some books, success stories, so that you can get motivated, and finally you can develop a positive attitude, and one fine day you can reach your destination also. Now here is an assignment. Describe one of your classmates' wise or attitude. So if you can describe your any attitude of any personality, any person, your favorite person. And also I forgot to tell you, apart from this assignment, I have not given in the slide, but you please go through biography of any famous personality, successful person. He may be an entrepreneur or a sports person or a great motivational speaker or a famous politician or a great leader, anyone. And you write the biography of such person so that you will learn something positive attitudes out of that personality. So make it possible to write a biography or some important points which helped him to become a famous personality. Go through some biography of a famous personality. If you want me to list them, I will definitely list out some famous personalities. You have to write, you're supposed to write, submit that also. Okay. Now, here one more quote. If you don't like something, what you have to do? Change it. And if at all, if you can't change it, change your attitude. Nothing wrong, isn't it? If you don't like something, you better change it. If you can't change it, what you have to do? You have to change your attitude, and you have to get adaptable to that particular situation or person or like that. But don't complain. I told you just now. Only the failed persons will always complain about somebody else. But you have to yourself feel responsible. So if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. But don't complain about anyone. Followed? Okay. So we have learnt a lot today about attitude, and because it comes under life skills, and life skills are very important, isn't it? So good luck. I wish you good luck, because I want you all to become a great positive personalities, good personalities, so that you can emerge successful in your life. Followed? So now So look here, life skills are very important for a balanced, complete human being, isn't it? I want you to see as balanced, complete human beings, isn't it? Because learning life skills is very important, so that you can realize your full potential. So, okay, so that you can handle any problem you face, so you encounter in your day-to-day life, because it will help you so that you can become a well-adjusted and a well-developed individual. You can improve your relationships better. You can handle any interpersonal problems, and you can emerge as a great personality, and also you can develop your communication skills. So that's why there's a need to learn many life skills, imbibe life skills for a well-balanced life. Okay, hope you liked and loved today's topic, attitude, and hope you will develop a positive attitude and build yourself into a great and good personality. Okay, thank you children, thank you students for your patient listening. Okay, we shall meet in the next class. Thank you.